It's Cat at Kattalestv. I'm melting, as you can tell by my face. I should powder, but I really don't care right now. Anyway, there's so much going on. I did a video on Saturday, and it was right, I guess, when 45 was getting shot. And I didn't do a video about it then. And I don't know if I'm going to post the video that I did. But anyway, it was about Kate Middleton and some of the stuff going on in the royal family. That's what I was doing the video about. And then after I was done, I found out about the Trump assassination attempt, allegedly. Now, what I want to say is I got an impression when I saw him raise his fist in the air and one of his bodyguards, Secret Service people, was looking straight down in the barrel of the photographer's camera. I felt like it was fishy. It seemed very staged to me. And you have to understand something if you don't know about what I've been doing for over 10 years is photographing news stories and entertainment. And also I work in the film industry. So I have a little bit of knowledge, shall we say, about staged photographs. So anyway, I remember when I saw that image, I thought, I've seen this before. The pose. It reminded me of I don't know what that statue is called, but it's a bunch of soldiers holding up the flag. And I posted it on my Twitter feed. If you haven't, and if you're on Twitter, you can find me at Kattalestv on Twitter. I call it Twitter, fuck X. But anyway, what's hilarious is I noticed the other day Trump's team had already made a bronze statue of him raising his fist and his security holding him. I saw it on Twitter. And it's the same type of pose of the other more famous statue that I was talking about. The other thing I noticed yesterday when I was online, I was thinking, besides Trump being a bad actor, and that's a double entendre, because they use that in politics or in spycraft, is when you have someone doing something disingenuous. But I remembered that Trump loves wrestling. He also loves the UFC. He's done work with Dana White as well as Vince McMahon, another rapist. And somehow his story disappeared. Isn't that interesting? But anyway, I did some research and I found a video of Trump, faking the fighting, the wrestling stuff. And I posted that on Twitter. So, and he's doing the same pose. He's putting up that fist that he loves so much. And then while I was on Twitter yesterday, somebody mentioned something about shoes. I didn't know what they were talking about. But what they were talking about was while the security was trying to cover Trump and get him to safety, they threw off his shoes. And then you see the lifts fall out of his shoes because he wears lifts. That means like an inch or two in his shoes to make him look taller. But when they threw the shoes out off the stage and off his feet, you see the lifts. And you hear Trump say, give me my shoes. I want my shoes. In a real assassination attempt. I mean, come on. I mean, he is kind of a drag queen or a drama queen, because it would be like, I guess, like one of the Kardashians, if there was a hit, they'd be screaming about, give me my Ozempic. I need my Ozempic. So yeah, maybe that makes sense to the people in that lifestyle. But the more I looked at the video, the more I thought it was an inside job. And when I say an inside job, it was a drama, a skit done for Trump's behalf. I don't know what's going on with the guy that's dead, the alleged shooter. I find it interesting that they shot him dead. I mean, I guess that's what you do, but sometimes they just take the person down and they interrogate him, but he's dead. But he is a conservative. He's not a Democrat. And online, there's a lot of people saying that he was, a liberal, and it's not true. But regardless, it seems that there are bad actors not only in front of our faces, but also behind the scenes, trying to sow discord between Americans. And that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate we can't have a real conversation and ask real questions about Donald Trump's crimes, and that he can steal documents, classified documents, lie about it, hide them, possibly sell them to China and Russia or any other allies, Saudi allies, or people that aren't our allies. We don't know what he did, but why is he above the law? You got Judge Cannon throwing out the classified documents case in Florida. I mean, she's done everything in her power to delay, and give Trump a get out of free prison card. It just seems Trump has a Trump card. And it's obvious that whoever runs the world is not a true God. If you know what I'm saying. It's like there's real evil in the world that people can have a conversation about. Do we have a legal system or do we not? Is someone above the law? Is Trump a king, a dictator? But whatever he does, there's people who just let him get away with it. And if you haven't heard, Trump was accused of, the RAPE, but of children in the Jeffrey Epstein's case in Florida. There's a list of the people that he paid money to for RAPE, because we can't be adults on YouTube. But yeah, nobody cares. Cult leaders get away with rape. Oops, sorry. And also abusing children. So it just seems like, I don't know, people's morality went out the window. They want a brute. They want a dictator. Some people want Donald Trump. I don't know why. I don't understand it. He gets away with all kinds of things and nobody cares. I don't understand it. It's not the democracy that I was raised to believe in, or the judicial system. But whatever. If you guys want to destroy America and its illusion of democracy, go ahead. I don't understand. But I told you, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, I knew stuff about Trump. And if you did your research, you could find out about Trump on your own. But he has a long history of racism, sexual assault, sexual weirdness, harassing young teenagers in his beauty contests, having his own modeling agency, alleging, using those girls, sex trafficking them. Again, Jeffrey Epstein, RAPE, children, boys and girls. Not that it makes a difference, but that's what's in the documents, the court documents that Ron DeSantis disclosed. So yeah, I never seen anything like Trump, and I never really want to do again, but I just find it hilarious, because I do work in the entertainment industry, that he was created by Mark Burnett, who really wanted Putin to do a reality show, but Putin said, "Hey dude, I'm busy running a country." Oops. Anyway, sorry. I'm wearing yellow, so sometimes bees like me, but I don't want to get stung. Anyway, let's stop on Trump and let's talk about Kate Middleton popping up at the Wimbledon, wearing her purple, looking like below size 0, which you white people love so much. And and skip, like running or moving very fast up the stairs. The person who has cancer that's on death's door, she's able to like move swiftly, hold a cup, the Wimbledon cup, and stand and talk to people. But I just find it humorous. There is no interviews of Kate, no interviews of a person they haven't seen for 7 months. She's done 2 outings, one at Trooping and one at this one. Trooping, she looked good, but it was never like a photograph that seemed like it wasn't controlled, which I find very odd. And even in the Wimbledon thing, it seems like there was just distance between her and the press. But she hasn't done any interviews. She just seems like a Stepford wife. She's doing minimal amount of work, looking great, but not talking. I think a lot of men want that. They want like a robot. I need to tell you guys this, but Jeffrey Epstein was working on a robot, sort of like Ex Machina, but he wanted it to be a teenage, like, the kind of age he likes, female robot. So allegedly, part of the things he was doing with all those girls that he sex trafficked and raped and used was taking notes. Like, they recorded everything, okay? So imagine all the people that he got to come to his parties, and all that stuff was recorded. And he was friends with people at MIT and Harvard, and God knows who else in academia. But, Hawkins, he was friends with Hawkins too, Stephen Hawkins. But imagine all that data. And if you have a bunch of scientists, you can take all that data and program a computer software and put it in a robot to emulate a child's compliance of what they had those girls doing. Wild, wild world we live in. How did I digress? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Kate Middleton was a clone or a robot. I wouldn't know. I can't, or a stand-in. These people are on another level of evil. But, yeah, I just find it really funny. She supposedly is on death's door based on some of the reports from a couple of months ago. And now she's running upstairs, not wearing a mask, like nothing happened. But no real personality. Jesus Christ, that person has no personality whatsoever. It looks good, but no personality. So we got that. William wasn't there. He was at, I guess, the soccer thing, football thing. But he doesn't really speak, does he? And he doesn't really carry himself well with the public, does he? He doesn't really like engaging with human beings, does he? I could totally see him getting a robot. The poor guy, he comes off as being very psychopathic, just looking at him. I've had some experience with psychopaths, so forgive me if I sound a little jaded, but that dude doesn't look well. He looks like he's mentally injured. I know he had a head injury as a child, so he might have suffered a severe concussion or some brain trauma, but he just doesn't seem well. Yeah, so the royal family is very interesting because they really don't like the fact that Harry and Meghan are so popular on the world stage. And they carry themselves. Harry carried himself amazing at the Etsy. Did I say Etsy? I'm on Etsy, by the way. On the Etsy Awards. You know, the sports thing. Harry did an amazing speech. Some people got it and some people don't. Some people are just fucking jealous. So we got that out of the way. But they're always looking for a reason to hate on Harry and Meghan because they got skills and people like them. So they just make up stories. I heard they were getting a divorce recently. It doesn't look like it's true though. They look happy. They just want people to be miserable like them because they don't. Camilla has no style. And Charles is probably gay. And you know, whatever. I just find British men, aristocrats, they tend to come off really gay and really weird. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with being gay, but what I'm saying is they act so posh, but they seem to hate women. All gays don't hate women. There's a particular type that seem to hate women, but you know, he's got mommy issues. When your mom's the queen, you know, that's gotta suck. On some regards. But especially if you're a misogynist pig. But I'm trying to remember if I forgot anything. We've got the it looked like a fake assassination thing. There's videos out there where you see one of the security guards talking to some photographers and telling them to move in front to get better shots, right? Like seconds before the shots go off of that Trump thing. I just don't. And Trump played not soccer. Trump played golf the next day. I just don't. I really don't care, do you? In reference to that thing, because it looks really fake. I don't know if they hired the guy. I don't know if the guy was really interested in killing Trump. I have no idea. All I'm saying is when you look at all the pictures and all the videos, it looks really sus. And the people behind just look so stupid. They don't even duck. I'll tell you a funny story real quick. I worked on a TV show a couple of months ago. And we were doing a scene where we were like dignitaries and they were doing a thing where we're in a really nice, like, not a convention, but an event. And there was a hostage situation. And a bunch of bad guys came in the room and they started, shooting up the place, doing a hostage thing. This is all, it was a TV show and, we're acting as the, I want to say you call them victims or the people in a hostage situation. So anyway, the first thing I do when they come in the room, I get down on the ground. I try to go underneath the table. That's what a real person would do. You don't just sit there while you hear gunshots popping off. I mean, and the funny thing is, these majority of white people in the stands, they love guns. They're totally pro NRA. They love AR-15, so they should know. You don't just stand around or sit around and being in an open shot. If there's a live gunman running around, I mean, shit. But it all looked like they were like a bunch of dummies and also bad background actors who don't know how to act. Seriously. So I'm going to stop here. I'm sure I offended some of you. Don't care. But, and by the way, if you are in a live shooting situation, you don't stand up. You don't become a target. You try to get low and you try to get under a barrier like a table, some wood, a metal door. You try to shield yourself with some other equipment or some other furniture from the gun person's aim and vision. All right? It's not that hard. You can Google what to do in a live shooting event. You can see me sweat. Look at this shit. I sweat, unlike Prince Andrew, who lies. Somebody was so hilarious. They posted a picture of Prince Andrew sweating. I think he was with his either daughter or his wife, because it might have been a picture from a long time ago. But he's sweating profusely. And I just thought it was funny because when he was being interviewed for that Jeffrey Epstein interview thing, he was like, I don't sweat. The motherfucker was drenched. But anyway, that's it. I think that's all I got to say right now. And if you're out and about, especially in LA or someplace where it's hot, stay hydrated because it's summer. It's summer. And it's going to be a hot one. So, stay hydrated and stay aware, because if you're in LA, by the way, there's a lot of homeless people everywhere, in the streets, at the beaches. I saw like 10 people eating out of a trash can last weekend at the beach. We got to do better. You know what I mean? Seriously, we got to do better. So you guys take care, be aware, and don't believe the hype. The fake shit. You know what I mean? I think they just want us all stressed out. I get it, but I don't know. Try to meditate, try to work out, try to focus on what you want in life. And if you're not for a clown show, if you're for democracy, if you're for justice, you have to live by example to the best of your ability. You know what I mean? And don't fall for those traps. But I think they get off of thinking that they're so clever. They fooled us, especially like William and Donald Trump. They're both psychopaths in my opinion, because they just don't give a fuck. They do whatever the fuck they want. They can hide a person. They can do whatever. They just don't care. But people with eyes to see are seeing what the hell's going on. But it's not normal. That whole Kate thing's not normal. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I don't know why she can't speak. She can't do an interview. She is controlled literally and figuratively by William. And he doesn't even love her. He's into Rose. I don't even know. And I want to know where Rose Hanbury is. I want to see Rose Hanbury and Kate in the same room. They're afraid to do that. But anyway, I digress. Talk to you guys later. Go to my Poshmark. I'll be lowering prices. Go to my Etsy, because I have some fun pipes. And my Redbubble. I got something new that I'm very proud about. I'm going to post. Talk to you later. Bye. It's Kattalestv.